into Tampa Bay's RBLR Sports.
Hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Liz, this is JD, and this is RBLR Sun. And we finally had a game!
We had a game!
Yay! JD, how are you doing?
I couldn't see the field through the snow at the game. I'm doing good.
Yeah, have you defrosted yet?
I am fully defrosted, except that it's also still low-key cold. But actually, you know what? Never mind. The Lightning game on Sunday, that was pretty fire. So that fully defrosted me by Sunday. But I'm doing well. I'm excited. I have hope. Tampa Bay Sun FC fan receives extra little bit of hope he didn't know he had. So I'm feeling good. How are you doing, Liz?
I'm good. I'm toasty. I have an electric blanket on my lap. I'm nice and toasty. I'm all ready to go.
I also have an electric blanket on my lap. His name is Felix. He's very mad.
Oh my goodness. He's so handsome.
He is very handsome.
He's very handsome. Oh my goodness.
It just is. He's not going to serve any face for the camera. He's just extremely grumpy that I moved him. And he noped out. But I think will just be here the whole time. So, he's my hand warmer kind of sitting on my arm.
Okay, Felix. All right. Well, when Felix has any thoughts, please feel free to let him.
I'll let him tap in.
His opinions.
He might voice his opinions regardless of if I let him. I don't know. We'll see.
All right. So we had a game. Thank God. It was so cold.
Yeah. Well,
and
before the game, fortunately, we learned some things about our team that we kind of were asking for weeks, and then they gave us two in the week before the game. So
many things happened this week.
I know, and it's like we had so many episodes during the break that were like, and nothing happened, but here's all the goals from the first half of the season.
Here's some vibes.
And now we're trying to do a game recap, and they dropped some signings on us too. I am not complaining. I'm very happy to hear it, but I did want to go over the signings before we talk about the game, so you have some context because, and this was to my surprise, all of our new signings played in the game, except for one. We'll go over that. But I wanted to just do a little rundown of who all the characters are of this game recap as Felix bumps into my microphone. So the first signing we learned about on the 29th was Taylor Chisholm, brand new permanent signing. As she's a defender. And just kind of quickly, she has a cool accolade, which was in 2024, she won the W League National Championship with the Courage U23s. So she's NC State is where she started her college career, obviously local to Raleigh. Played with the Courage U23, which was very cool. And then she also went to Auburn after NC State, and she started every match of her senior year, which was 2025. So definitely conditioned, definitely in full playing form. I think she played almost every minute. I think she definitely played every minute of her last 11 matches of the year. I think she got subbed off earlier in the year, but still she is ready to play, which is good to know because we played her. So welcome, Taylor. Happy to have you. And that was the first piece of news we learned last week. And then the second piece of news we knew already because we had taken weird screenshots from social media videos for a couple weeks at that point and mentioned it on the show. But we finally learned the fate of our beloved Tosh Flint, who officially is on loan to Denver Summit FC. They're the new NWSL team in Denver. They are gearing up to start their very first season. And it was actually a trade loan, and we get a player back. Her name is Faith Weber, and she also is, just like Taylor, just fresh off of her college career. So Denver signed her to her first professional contract before she was loaned here. Just quick details on the Flint loan. Denver has an option to buy in March. That's when the loan ends. I think Denver, do they start their season before that, or is that all still?
No, that is when the NWSL season starts.
Okay.
Mike and I had this exact conversation yesterday, I think. So
Yeah,
I already looked it up. They start like March 16th.
it's like an extended trial. They can buy her and they can have her for the season if they want, or she may come back. Our season isn't quite over by March, so that's an interesting tidbit about it. And the connection there, because obviously Tosh Flint is a great and experienced player, but you might think it's a little bit random that she was picked up out of the wealth of talent in this country. But Nick Cushing, who is the head coach over at the Summit, was her coach at Manchester City in 2014. So he was familiar with her as a player. They actually won the FA Women's League Cup together. So that is why he kind of picked her out as somebody he was interested in when building his squad over at the Summit. So that's where that connection comes from. It's not so random. There's some good history there. But interestingly, even if whatever happens with Flint, the loan for Faith, the return loan from Denver, is through the rest of our season. So she'll stay here. She's a forward. She's a striker. She's actually a fairly productive striker based on her college stats, which is cool to know. She started at Delta College in Michigan, I believe, and then she was a standout at the Utah Valley Wolverines. 82 appearances for the Wolverines, 70 goals. Like I said, pretty productive for college. Definitely not like record-breaking, exceptional, unbelievable, but as a striker, she's scoring, pretty good amount of goals per game there. She was not part of the draft or anything. She was just signed on January 16th. And then on the 30th, she came here. Maybe she was already here. So kind of an interesting situation. It's kind of nice that we have somebody like Tosh Flint on the roster, and when an NWSL team with a coach that she knows comes calling, we have something to offer. And it's good to know that our negotiation skills are good as well. And we got a loan in return for that, and a good player. Faith Weber looks like a great player. So happy to have her. We will miss Tosh if she doesn't end up coming back. I mean, congrats on the opportunity over there. Hopefully she's loving it. Now that we've officially seen social media, she's all over it. A lot of people are very happy to see her there. So good for her. Happy for her. She'll always be a Sun, of course, no matter where she ends up going or staying. So, but yeah, that's our little roster recap, because all of those players are relevant to the game that we played immediately one day after announcing that that signing happened.
Yep. They were like, we're gonna hold everything till the end and make RBLR wait forever.
Literally.
All right. So we did play a match. It was 2-2. Which kind of sucks, but it does show we did see a lot of really good things happen. So I'm torn. I'm happy we didn't lose, at least.
Yes. We scored 2 goals, Liz. Yeah. Did we even do that at all in the first half of the season?
Yes.
Okay. But not a lot.
yeah, not often. No, not often. Yes, so we did play Spokane at home at Large James Stadium. And it was cold as shit.
It was
so cold.
Very cold.
It was awful. The wind was blowing so hard. It ranks as number 2 worst game. The rain game was still worse because that was just miserable.
The rain game, I think, will always be the worst because of the result as well.
Yeah.
Wind cold game, the draw, that'll be above 1 or 2 when it all shakes out. Well, not too bad, all things considered.
Yeah. So if you watched the game, whether you watched in person or if you rewatched it or if you're watching it on Peacock or rewatched it on Peacock, whatever, the lineup they showed is wrong. Because it's always wrong. Let's be real. Whatever lineup I don't know where they pull the lineup from. I don't know if it's what the Sun give USL, but it's almost always incorrect for some reason. Because if you look at if you actually just look at the field when they start, it's a totally different formation. So we're doing more of a 4-3-2-1, with Parsons up top, and then we have Fusco and Nacello on the wings. Giamona as our center mid, Listro and Provo kind of backing her up, but also kind of working the defense a little bit more. You'll definitely hear more about Provo later. She is a star of this match. And then our usual defense of McNeil, Hendricks, Bissett. Oh, I'm sorry, not usual, because we brought in Taylor Chisholm because we didn't have Mac Pluck. I was so used to saying it.
Yeah.
So, yes, McNeil, Hendricks, Bissett, Taylor Chisholm. And then we had Liz Beardsley making her debut in goal.
Yeah, very interesting when this lineup got announced. I mean, obviously we saw it right before the game, and I was like, "Who?" Not literally, but like very surprising for me. I mean, Chisholm was filling a hole, so that's understandable. Not necessarily the biggest surprise, but Beardsley was not on my radar for starting. Sydney Schneider has international experience, and our defense and our defensive midfield lose the ball a lot and give our opponents, at least in the first half of the season, a lot of opportunities towards goal. So I wasn't seeing it as much of a keeper issue in the first half of the year. I don't, maybe if I rewatched games with the context that we looked for, not a replacement, but somebody to challenge her for starts, maybe I would see it a little bit differently than I saw it before. But I was very surprised to see Liz starting in goal. I would be equally surprised if you were starting in goal, Liz. But I'm actually very excited about it because I think every position needs competition on a good team. There's definitely going to be players that are pretty much starting every game, We definitely have standouts. But I think if there's a position that we can tighten up, goalkeeper is absolutely one where you want two starters essentially. And I think we might have that. As we go through the game, Liz definitely made an impact in a couple different spots. So very happy to see it, just kind of surprised. And then did you go over the subs? I don't know if you had recounted the subs yet.
Nope, I didn't. So we had Schneider as our backup keeper, Gaillard, Shimkin, Sienna Bryan, who I was kind of surprised to see because I believe she's been injured for a minute. Tori Haugen, Zaid, and then our new Faith Weber. Woo!
Yeah. I like to see Weber in there, and that actually means that all of our new signings, including the ones from late 2025, which were Fusco and Parsons, all are in the squad. Actually, all of them made the start, other than Weber, who I think is maybe she's not the youngest, but she's like definitely the newest to the squad. And also Picorni, we didn't know until we got the match report, is injured right now. So I believe she has a quad injury. Don't have a timeline on that, but she is our only other new signing that wasn't in the squad, and it's because she was injured. So super interesting. And the other interesting thing to note is how many of our players made their pro debuts. We actually had 3 pro debuts. Extremely surprising. Again, Liz Beardsley just hopping in and immediately making an impact. And like I said, with Taylor Chisholm and Faith Weber, they just played their college seasons last year. They were playing most, if not all, of the minutes. So definitely players that are ready for the physical toll of playing professional soccer. If they're to this level, it's going to take more games to find out. We didn't lose this game. None of them were responsible for any horrible moments as well. So that's really good. So just very cool to see it. Kind of what we're looking for is we had a very experienced team last season. It really obviously helped. Defense wins championships. Going into this season, we talked about some of the issues that we had. So knowing that halfway through this season, we are able to find and bring in some players, whether they're on loan, whether they're permanent signings, but we were able to find them and bring them in, and they're ready to play, and we can play them immediately, is very promising. It gives me it gives me some reassurance that we know what we were looking for, and we found those pieces in these players. So that's definitely nice to see.
Yeah, and just to put your head in the same space as DSB's, she didn't even realize it was Liz Beardsley's pro debut. So that kind of tells you what kind of keeper she thinks she is, and that's definitely some high esteem right there.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was from an interview that super producer Eureka did post game, which I believe he posted on the Instagram. We also, fun facts, we had Erica Timrak in the booth for this match. Very exciting. Hope to see more of her. I know Jordy Listro was doing some USF games in her off time too, and those are very fun to listen to. So highly recommend.
Yeah, I thought Timrak was good in the booth. I liked her color commentary. She's a natural.
Yeah. So Spokane is in 5th. So they're one spot out of playoffs. But they are 2nd in goals conceded. So that means they are an incredibly good defensive team. We know Hope Heisey is a solid keeper. She was keeper, and MVP keeper of the year, or whatever, got Golden Gloves, whatever the heck we call it, last year. So Hope Heisey does not let a lot of goals in, and I think we made her work this match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, putting 2 past the 2nd best defense in the league, essentially. Goes to show that our offensive signings seem to be working out so far. So definitely something to keep in mind as we go through the match, how tight Spokane has kept their defensive shape and their goalkeeping, and how we were able to exploit it a few times using some key pieces.
And we did have one other thing kind of going for us, where Ginger Fontenot, one of Spokane's better players and definitely one of their starters, was serving a red card suspension for this match. I didn't know that till afterwards, and when I heard it on the broadcast, I was like, wait, we had that too, and we didn't win?
Look, we're building something, Liz. It's going to take one game.
Build it faster!
I know. Next game, we have to win. But,
I mean, it's okay. It'll be DC, so it'll be 9th versus 8th. So it's anyone's game. Hopefully, we'll get to that. But play-by-play of this game. Oh my goodness, I have so many notes for this game because so much shit happened. Yes. Mike and I were trying to talk out loud what we wanted to, what was a good way to phrase the plays that were happening, and I was typing so fast we had to pause so many times to be like, wait, hold on, let me collect my thoughts, let me type this out. I have a whole paragraph for 1 minute of play.
Yes.
So we're not going for brevity here, guys. You are getting a play-by-play of this match. McNeil is off on a tear as soon as the game starts. It's beautiful. I love it. We get a corner within 30 seconds. So that should tell you what kind of intensity we're going into this with. Mike made the comment of we needed the cold weather to activate the Canadians, because we do have a lot. We do have a handful of Canadians. And I did think about it too, and I was like, a lot of our players are from cold weather places. So aside from what was it, Nacello and then Beardsley, because they're both from this area. Everybody else should have been just fine.
Yeah. We just got the groundhog yesterday said 6 more weeks of winter, right? So I think that's Sun. I think I'm seeing Suns dubs in our future, if we need colder weather. Okay,
I'll take your word for it. I did not pay attention to that. I'm going to be honest.
I don't think we're supposed to, but I think I saw it.
So we get a long corner. Giamono wins it. Plays it to Fusco. Tries to play it to Gabby. It doesn't quite get past Hope Heisey, but we already got shots on target. I love it. And that's just the first minute, guys. Second minute, Bissett drops Lena Solano to the floor. It's beautiful. I love it. And it goes out, but it does go out for a Spokane corner. Goes nowhere. We get a goal kick. This is a familiar sight from the last time we played them. They're still, I think I noted like the 70th minute is when they finally start clicking a little more. We frustrate the shit out of them. It's great. Rewatching it was really nice, actually. I also have Schneider looks like a marshmallow on the sideline. Schneider, I also forgot. Schneider from Jamaica. Was not used to the cold. If you look at her, she's got a hat on underneath the puffy coat with the hood. So she truly just looks like a.
So what happened is we couldn't play our Jamaican keeper, so we're the best we can do is Lakeland. The best we can do is from Lakeland instead. Okay. Well, Lakeland is north of Tampa, like barely. So, maybe that was an advantage. Maybe that's why there was a change there at GK. I don't know.
Unfortunately, Braylon Galt was not available. Being from Scotland, she would have been perfect.
That would have been perfect.
Sorry. 4th minute, Bassett has a header to the midfield. Spokane tries to do something with it, but it just gets headed back to Beardsley pretty safely from Bassett. Good stuff coming out of Beardsley already. Madi Parsons wins a foul. Henny takes it. She hammers it past like 3 Spokane players up to Madi Parsons. It doesn't quite get to her, but McNeil, Parsons, and Fusco all put pressure on Spokane to keep it in that little, like, what we call the forbidden zone corner, which is the top left half of the field that the camera can't quite see all the time. Good to keep it all the way up there. And Provo already helping out. Doing a lot more attacking midfield than defensive midfield. I don't know if she heard me in my last match recap of her, and I said she wasn't aggressive enough, and then she took that personally.
She took it personally. She got angry, and I think we witnessed her be angry for 2 hours on Saturday.
Yeah, at one point after she gets fouled, she quite literally takes the gloves off for this match.
We love to see it.
Yeah. 5th minute, at some point during this passage of play, Madi gets a shot. It gets deflected out. I like that we're keeping up this pressure. We have some good defensive play from Listro. Wins the ball high in the midfield. Chisholm boots it to Giamona on the end line, who puts in a really nice, dangerous cross. It does get headed out by a Spokane player. Not very well. It falls to Gabby, who tries a shot. Love it. It gets deflected, but it does stay in the final, their final third. Nasello tries another cross. There's some chaos in the box with Madi and Giamona. Spokane eventually gets it out, but it still falls to Henny. So we're still recycling the ball really, really well, which I know was something that we weren't quite as active on, I want to say.
Yeah.
We're really trying to contain them.
Yeah.
And then I have my note. If it seems like there's a lot going on, it's because we don't let up on intensity at all. McNeil gets it from Henny, immediately plays it up to Fusco on the left wing, runs it down the end line. A whole bunch of chaos ensues. It unfortunately ends in a goal kick for Spokane. Spokane does get it up to our final third. They get a cross in. Beardsley makes a great save to knock it over the crossbar for a corner. The corner, we're at 8th minute, corner bounces up to the penalty spot. Spokane does absolutely nothing to it. It falls to an absolutely sprinting Nasello, running up the sideline, and Spokane has to just knock it out for a throw-in. Nasello does an incredibly quick throw-in to Madi Parsons, who gets it to the end line, but it's just far enough that she can't quite make good contact on it, and Hope Izzy scoops it up. Again, best keeper in the league. Who then, and Heisey throws the ball, but I don't know if the wind gets taken for it or what, but it ends up just being another throw-in for us. McNeil passes to Parsons, back to McNeil, who gets it to Carly, who is just offside, and that is also going to be a common theme for this match. I kind of like that we're more offside, because I feel like last year we were offside a lot, and that's just because we were pushing like a mother. I'm not going to use it on that.
Correct. One. Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not going to waste my one yet. So it's a great idea, and you can definitely see what they were going for at the time, where, like I said, McNeil to Parsons, and then back to McNeil to Carly. It was great. McNeil then wins it again in the midfield, and tries an early cross to Giamona at the far post. Heisey is right there, but I think a lesser keeper might have been caught out. So this could be something that works in another match, hopefully against DC. 10th minute. I have Fusco just absolutely wrecking Spokane to get the ball. I do really like Fusco. She's aggressive and she's not afraid to like body check another player. And I feel like she's going to get called a little bit less on it than like Madi Parsons will. Just because Madi Parsons is just like, she big. She built like ox. And Fusco's kind of like a stick.
Yeah.
Not as much as Schneider, but that was the other thing I was thinking. She's all bundled up because she's got no meat on her bones. She's skin. She's little sticks for legs. I love Schneider. Don't take it the wrong way. She just has very skinny legs.
It's just not advantageous in a colder climate. I think she'll understand.
Yes. Where was it? Nacello tries an early cross at the 11th minute, goes out for a throw-in for us. It goes to Fusco, but then it goes out for Spokane. Giamona picks it up around halfway down the field. Fusco? Fussy. Am I saying Fusco? Yes. Okay. Super producer Eureka is correcting my Fusco. All right. I'm not going to remember. I'm going to try to remember that, but I'm not going to. Yep. Giamona picks it up around the halfway point, dribbles for a couple of touches, gets it to Fusco.
Who get it?
Who tries like just one touch too many to get a shot off, and it's blocked. Yeah. But it's good stuff. We like to see it.
I think this whole first sequence of the match has just been such a good example of attacking intent. We obviously came to play. That is very clear. I mean, again, just how many notes you have and how much. I think part of you having so many things that you excitedly want to talk about is like, because we haven't been excited. Like, I love watching the team play. I go to every game, but I haven't been as inspired as this first 20 minutes, really, of the match on Saturday. So it's really nice to see. A couple times you've already mentioned some chaos in the box, attacking options, getting caught off sides even as a positive, because like you said, we're attacking. And these are the themes that you'll see reoccurring as Giamona, Fusco, also Parsons in the middle, Nacello, all are getting forward more consistently and providing each other outlets. And I just think that's, I think we've just been able to control the ball, even if we have to recycle it back to Henny, to Gabby in the midfield, to Listro, we can get it forward again, because we have the options playing their positions and finding the openings. So yeah, this whole first part of the game has been really a statement of intent. And like you said, even the ideas that don't work against Hope Heisley absolutely could work against lesser keepers in the future, which almost all the keepers in the league are lesser than Hope Heisley. So, I definitely see this paying off more often than it has in the first half of the season with what we were doing then.
Yeah, and we're only like 12 minutes in. It's nuts. 14th minute now. Chisholm tries a long ball over the top. It was going to either Madi or Giamona. It goes a little bit long. Again, great idea. I bet it'll get more accurate with more time with the team. Just one of those things. Like, I love where she's going with it, and I love that they're trying. In the 15th minute, we get some incredible teamwork from McNeil, Parsons, Fusco. With Madi doing like a 1-2 with McNeil, who tries to play the ball to Fusco, but she couldn't quite get on the ball quick enough. And Heisey has to rush off her line to make a save, which is a big deal. Hope Heisey does not leave her line for much. And she does several times this match. It's great. Solano on Spokane knocks over Jordy in the center circle, makes her way up to the penalty spot. Gets in between Henny and McNeil and scores an absolute banger of a header. Spokane 1, Tampa Bay 0 at the 15th minute.
This one it's one of those ones that it's against the run of play. So we obviously have had all the attacking, moments in this first part of the game. And I think, not to fault any individual, but I think we had two players just slightly out of position. Taylor Chisholm just trying to block the cross. And then once it comes in, McNeil is just behind Solano, giving her the free header. So credit to Chisholm. She did do like a full like 2-footed slide dive to try and block it. It just went over her. So that could be a little bit of pro inexperience. A pro player is going to know how to get the ball past you more frequently or with more accuracy than the college players she had been defending against. It's a lesson learned. For me, it's not something that is damning that says that, there's any quality missing, just something to learn and something to take with you into the next game. And all the players know how to do better next time. So no huge faults here. Obviously Solano made a great run and is a great player. So, we would have loved to not give a free header in the middle of the box, but she's going to put that away if she gets it. So it's kind of an understandable one. And I hope all the players just learn how to defend against that kind of instance again.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised by Henny not being on top of that, but again, it's not damning. Just like, well, that kind of sucked.
Yeah, and it definitely had the opportunity to take wind out of our sails after we had all the energy moving forward. But credit to the Tampa Bay Sun side, refreshed after the break. That didn't seem to be the case.
No, not at all. I believe after this goal is the one where we see the team huddle and you see Gabby like making some motions and you can see she's kind of like, she's definitely having a commanding voice with the team.
Yeah, I liked a lot of what I saw from Gabby on and off the ball, and even out of the run of play or out of play entirely. She did huddle the team up, and at the time, I remember just seeing that and seeing her be the one to get everybody together. She was passionately saying whatever she needed to say, and it credit to all the players. Their mentality was obviously locked in, but credit to her for stepping up as well. Maybe Listro leadership in the midfield is rubbing off and they're just going to command the field together. But love to see it. Love to see Gabby bring intensity to it and say, look, like we've given up one goal. We're 13, 14 minutes in, where this is not the end of the game. This is the beginning of the game. So that was really great to see. And it's what I want to see out of one of the players who's going to be in the middle of the field, getting the ball the most or seeing the ball cross where she's at the most. You want that player to be absolutely locked in, and she was.
Yeah, absolutely. And she has many more good plays throughout this match for sure. I scrolled too far. There we are. Cam Tucker fouls Fusco at the halfway line. Thanks. Henny takes the free kick. Fusco then gets caught offside in a pass. That's okay. We're pushing. Shocking. We have lost no intensity because of a goal. I love it. Around the 20th minute, I'm really noticing that we are frustrating Spokane. The goal really does feel like a fluke because of how against the run of play it is right now. We are spending a lot of time in their half of the field as opposed to ours. 21st minute, Parsons caught offside. Again, it's going to happen a lot. I don't remember. I should have looked at maybe you can pull up the match center stats for the game because I forgot to grab those. Provo has a beautiful sliding tackle to cut out like a nice long pass from Spokane, one of many. 22nd minute, we get a free kick when Giamona gets fouled. McNeil also then gets fouled by Spokane. It's really blatant. Spokane looks really frustrated. There's a dangerous ball into the box from McNeil, and Parson heads it. Heisey grabs it. And then like 1 minute later, Heisey's going to throw it, and she throws it so hard she falls.
That was the wind.
Yeah, it was funny. I'm not gonna lie. 26th minute, Solano takes a shot on goal. Beardsley snaps it up. That is their last shot of the half. In the 26th minute, just was something that I wanted to note. 20 a minute later, Cam Tucker gets a swamp ball because it's fun to point those out. 27th minute, Nacello goal. Hell yeah. So starting from our goal kick from that swamp ball, it goes Henny to McNeil. There's some interchange with her and Parsons, Fusco. It goes out to the left edge of the box. She tries a cross. It gets deflected. It comes right back to her. She puts another one in with her right foot. goes right to Nasello, who takes it down with one touch, finishes it with the next. It was beautiful.
Yeah, this was a really great example of what we were missing in the first half of the season, which is just when that first cross is blocked, but ultimately was going to come in. We already had 3 players in the box to receive it. And then by the time she recollects the ball and gets off the second cross, including her, we have 5 players in the box, which is just like an unbelievable amount of options to anywhere the ball goes. We have a player who can go for it, either go for goal if she's free, or can take it down and go do a dribble, see who's available, get her head up, look for a pass. Just these options are absolutely, if you watch our first half of the season and you watch every cross we put in the box, there were probably never 5 players in the box at the same time, maybe a couple times in the first half of the season. So again, this is another testament to these attacking players we brought in. A player that I wanted to note in this, because by the time Nasello brought it down, and I don't even think she dribbled, I think she just kept it and saw the opening on the close post and took it herself. But Parsons was crashing the 6-yard box at that same time and was totally free, essentially on the back post. So if Nasello, for one, had crossed it, which I think would have been blocked, she couldn't reach Parsons directly. But more importantly, if the keeper had fumbled it or deflected off of the keeper or defender, Parsons knew exactly where to be to collect it. So even off the ball, we had the right thing going on in that play to get a goal. Fortunately, a deflection off the keeper that Nasello's initial shot went in. I think Nasello put it most of the way in, but there was a deflection. But just keep in mind that Parsons knows where to be around the 6-yard box, just in case the keeper fumbles it, because that might come up later. It's on the test at the end of the semester. So yeah, that was great to see, just to highlight even our off the ball attacking prowess on a goal, is that we were going to get the goal no matter which way it happened, because we just gave ourselves the opportunity and put the players in the right position.
Yes. So now we are tied 1-1, and it is the 28th minute. Wynn takes Spokane's kickoff. We get a goal kick. There's a decent amount of just midfield back and forth for a while. 30th minute, Cam Tucker's shot bobbles up around McNeil's feet, results in a Zephyr corner. They take a short corner by Sophia Bryan, cross it into the middle for a shot at the near post that Beardsley again just scoops up. No big deal. 31st minute, Jordy gets the ball from McNeil. She tries to give it back, but she's a little fast and behind her. It's a good idea, though. It's another one of those things that with a little more polish will look great and will definitely pay off in some future matches. We're aggressive, but we're patient. And I think we did not have this patience in the first half of the season. We're not just kind of knee-jerk passing it anymore, where it's just like, oh, there's a teammate, I'm going to pass it to them, which obviously I assume there's some decision making going on the field, but like that's what it looked like in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
32nd minute, Henny plays a beautiful through ball to McNeil that almost comes off, but Tappan on Spokane sprints across to marshal it out for a goal kick. 32nd minute, there's a foul on Jordy Listro, which is very, very dumb because Jordy Listro was clearly just hugging the other player really hard. And I will die by that. She's my captain. 33rd minute, Spokane's free kick from Jordy's foul was an incredibly tame long ball that rolls right into Beardsley's hands. And then we have a fun moment where from the 36th minute to the 44th minute, the broadcast just cut out.
I don't know what happened. I was there.
Yeah.
I blacked out too.
Yeah. I don't think we realized. I think maybe if we'd realized the broadcast was cut out, we would have paid a little harder attention.
Oh, wait, we did know because the scoreboard was frozen.
Yes, but we didn't realize that till
well, yeah.
We don't know how long it was because the scoreboard was frozen.
The scoreboard was frozen on. It said 38 something, so there must have been some kind of power or something happening. If it was the whole broadcast, then some kind of power issue. But I forgot about that, so I guess I did know. But I don't know. I was watching the game, so.
Yeah. So we're going to assume there was just a whole bunch of back and forth midfield stuff.
I don't remember anything significant.
Yeah, there were no goals, so.
Yeah.
Yes. Here we go. Here's what happened in those minutes. More Madi Parsons kicking ass and McNeil kicking ass. Classic Sun Soccer. And if you weren't there, that's your fault.
Should have been there.
And that brings us to half, where we are tied 1-1. Good stuff. All right, so picking up, 47th minute, Nacello wins the ball back after some good pressure from her, Giamona, and Fusco, and plays in a cross that probably gets taken by the wind a little bit and does result in a goal kick. Fusco then tries another cross after some good work dribbling up the left wing, but it's cut out. Spokane tries to play it out. Fusco tries again. Shot goes over the crossbar. We're already shooting. We're 3 minutes in. Beautiful.
Yeah.
50th minute, the goal kick gets back in our final third, and we move the ball right back to theirs. Giamona is called offside. 51st minute, Chisholm passes to Madi, but Madi gets a foul. Again, just hugging.
Yeah.
Just hugging.
Friendliest team in the South.
Yeah. 52nd minute is the first touch by Beardsley for the second half. So we did hold them in their own half for a good 5-7 minutes for the beginning. I love it. 53rd minute, Madi offside.
Classic.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sensing a trend here. 53rd minute, Provo gets fouled. Hard. Play is not called. Spokane scores.
Low-key banger, unfortunately. Quite
really frustrating because if you go watch, she got like hip checked in the head.
Yeah, this is in the highlights, so you can watch the highlights without watching the whole game back. The foul's in there. It was immediately before the goal. The
ref was staring right at it.
The ref's there too. It's like a 50-50 kind of ball. Provo doesn't control it, I think, on her first contact with it. And no, it's bouncing to her, and she like puts her head down to head it. Presumably because she had the player's safety in mind to not put her cleat up. I'm guessing that's why she didn't put her foot up to control it. I don't know why else she would go to use her head. But unfortunately, her opponent used her hip, and that did not look fun at all. I don't know. It's tough because I don't know what a foul like it's not every time there's contact, but I will say definitively a head injury should stop the game. So whether or not if they had made contact hip to hip, I don't think it would have been a foul. So like literally two players making contact in that context is not inherently a bad thing. But I think if a player goes down clearly after being hit in her head and is holding her head, and you're standing right there and you're the referee of the game, and you went to referee school, I think you should be whistling to call the play dead. It was extremely opportunistic from Spokane to take a shot there. And I said this after the game because I wasn't exactly sure what I remembered. But I will say Beardsley shifts her weight the wrong way. So I originally thought maybe there's definitely a couple Sun players who are calling for the foul and might not be fully locked in. That's why they're able to get a shot off at all. It happens. Don't do it again. But you got to play the whistle. But I will say in like the tiniest little frame in the corner of the screen, if you watch the video back, Beardsley shifts her weight the opposite way from where the ball ends up going. I think she was locked in on the shot. I think it's possible it kind of knuckled on her or the wind carried it away from her. So I originally thought maybe she wasn't fully paying attention. Maybe she thought it was going to be a foul and didn't get there in time. Watching it back, I've amended that. I was wrong. I think she takes a step, settles herself to her right, and it ends up going into the top left corner above her. So unfortunate. It was hard to get to, and if it knuckled, it's even harder. So definitely I think she was playing to the whistle. She just didn't get to the ball. But yeah, definitely just kind of a controversial moment. As a Sun fan, I wanted the whistle. Even as a player safety, I wanted the whistle. Spokane decided they would do the most with what opportunity they were given there.
Yeah, I'm torn because like even if the roles were flipped, I don't think I want goals, but I don't want goals at the expense of players. Obviously.
Yeah, I don't think I would be celebrating it. But also you do have to play the whistle. I mean, that's the rule of the game. So
no, yeah, and when I was rewatching it again with Mike, Mike came the only justification he could think of for the ref was that she was diving towards the ball, so then it's not a foul or something. I don't know, but he was like, but then there was a head injury, so that should stop play.
A hit to like bone on the hip is like if it was like. Well, an elbow could do it too, but if it was an arm or if it was like a meaty part of the body, then it's like, okay, that was just like you bump into each other, but you could like absolutely be knocked out by a hit to the hip, head to the hip contact. So definitely concerning, but also there's no real like feedback I can give the Sun in terms of not playing it well. Try not to get trucked, I guess, which Gabby, you said it earlier, got up and had a conversation with the ref and had to come off the field because the trainers came out. She was back on very quickly. We're very happy that she's okay. Seemingly no lasting impact from that. But she played she was definitely pretty frustrated with that. And she put in a hell of a shift after that too, which I think we all can agree is a good way to respond. It's just play mad. Get it all out through the game.
She quite literally takes off her gloves at this point. It's like, no, we're just rolling up the sleeves. We're gonna get some work done.
Yeah.
So we are now down 2-1. Keeping up the trend of giving up world-class goals. It's kind of annoying. But we don't let it affect our confidence. It's great. Madi Parsons is like almost released to go one-on-one with Hope Heisey, but Spokane's defense gets in the way. Madi does follow it up by winning us a corner kick. That corner goes out, but then we get another corner. That's another trend for this match for the second half. Nasello does a 1-2 with McNeil, who crosses it into the far post, but Spokane gets the header. Minute later, from another corner, they go short to Nasello like 3 feet, who gets the ball into the box. Henny gets a head on it, not quite towards goal, unfortunately. This leads to like 2 Sun attacking waves of players before Spokane clears it out of the box. Couple minutes later, 62nd, we get some good play in the midfield. Provo gets the ball to Nasello, who chips it to Fusco, but is called offside. 63rd minute, Madi is doing a lot of interference play and making a lot of space. It's noticeable, and it's really great, honestly. I'm assuming it's exactly what we signed her to do. Nasello takes a shot on the end line. It doesn't quite sneak in like she wants it to. Some more back and forth results in a corner. We take a long corner, trying to pick up Madi on the far post. She misses. We get another corner. We also make a sub at this point. We bring in Faith Weber, making her pro debut for Jordan Fusco.
Yeah, I think
pretty like for like, I think, right?
Yeah, I think Faith might play a little bit more explicitly a striker role, where Fusco was playing a little bit more wing. But very interested in that and surprised to see it. But DSB saw what she liked in Faith's play. Obviously, the Denver Summit saw something they liked in Faith's play in college. So definitely an opportunity for Faith to get minutes. She might not be starting every game, but the shift that she put in this game, being the first sub for one, and the shift that she put in this game, we're late, or we're down and it's later in the game. She was definitely going for the win, just like the rest of the team was. And I think she could compete for starts also just for depth and rotation purposes. But we saw her pretty productive record in college, and I think she's got some goals in her this year. So I was excited to see that. I actually said like out loud to the people around me, I was like, Faith Weber, 85th minute, go ahead goal. That did not materialize, spoilers. But yeah, I was happy to see her put in, and that it was the third pro debut of the night, and also all of our new signings represented. So here's the new Tampa Bay Sun FC you can watch from the 66th minute on if you watch the replay, and that's your new team. Or you can watch from the whole game, and Jordan Fusco's there too.
So that corner is a long. We do another long corner. I feel like I need to note this because we're actually kind of interchanging between short and long corners now, instead of just doing like I'm going to do the world's shortest corner of 3 feet. It's long. It gets punched away by Hope Izey. We get a throw in. Hope Izey gets yelled at for time wasting, and then conveniently gets cramps in cold weather. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
We get a corner resulting from the throw-in on the other side. And then 71st minute, Madi Parsons scores her first goal for the Sun.
Yeah, that was for the cramp, Hope. We know.
Yeah.
We know it wasn't real.
And if you go back and you watch her goal, she goes down on her knees, and I feel like you can literally see the weight lift from her shoulders of just finally getting that first one. So here is the play. Giamona punts it almost like so perfectly placed to Nasello, who's basically already in their final third. Nasello takes maybe one touch too many if she's trying to shoot, but crosses the ball in on the end line. Heisey doesn't get a great hold on it, and Madi Parsons is right there to make sure it goes in.
Remember from earlier when I was telling you about Madi Parsons? Yeah, this was a great sequence. Like you said, Giamona's hockey assist here, the pass to set up the whole play was unbelievable. It's like one of those Instagram videos you see of like dudes out on the training ground in like England, and they're always like doing like these like perfectly placed passes and doing like the one touch receiving and thing. It was like seeing that happen in a real game was like, oh God, that's fucking cool. But beyond that, Nasello was streaking. She was at full tilt in the final third, and she, like you said, didn't place the shot, or she didn't really take the opportunity to get a great shot or pass off. She kind of took it down to the end line, and Parsons was just right there, Johnny on the spot for that deflection and the tap, and like everything was exactly as it was needed. There's like two players. There is the goalkeeper between her and the goal, and she sends it underneath everybody. And I think that was like a really just like a striker's like that's finding a solution when you have. I mean, the net is large in front of you, but you have to get it past legs, you know. And she found that solution. So that was really, really a fortunate deflection that we absolutely perfectly capitalized on. And it's kind of reassuring to have a striker that can be there when you need her to be, exactly where she needs to be. And in my opinion, I mean, she did it more than twice this game, but even on the goals, she did it twice in those examples. So yeah, I am loving what I see from this team. Unfortunately, it was while we were down, so we brought it back. We still haven't led at home all season, but that's coming soon if what I saw already it keeps up. So very exciting.
Yes. Again, second best defense in the league.
Yeah.
So I think we're doing pretty good.
I agree.
So now we are tied 2-2. 72nd minute, we have some good hold-up play from Madi Parsons after a throw-in by Chisholm. She gets another shot off, but it goes high. 74th minute, Spokane gets their first offside, which is just kind of funny, honestly, because it took them... that's not 3/4 of the game. That's more than that, but a lot of the game.
Yeah.
75th minute, Bassett passes it to Chisholm, who passes it to Nasello, tries to cross it in on the end line, but after a small scramble, it's cleared out.
Yeah.
But
this was one of those where
Yeah.
Weber was the one on the spot. So Parsons was there as well. It kind of slipped past her, and Faith was the one on the spot. She did like a half turn, almost had an opportunity to kind of volley it, but just didn't get her foot to it in time. She tried, and just the fact that we had a player there to receive it, that absolutely could have been a goal for Faith had the ball bounced just slightly differently. So we have two that can do it at least, you know. So another example of just the fact that we now have options is way more exciting for our spring season moving forward.
Yeah, and I'm hoping we have this nice week off. We're just doing training. Everybody can bond a little, and then that like the mind meld will start to work, and then we will have perfectly beautiful team against DC and kick their asses.
Easy peasy.
Yep. Where is it? 76th minute. Taylor Chisholm gets a yellow. She might have come in just like a little too hard. Hit the weight room.
Yeah.
We're breaking up their rhythm very nicely. Spokane gets a throw in that results in a shot that goes high. We get a goal kick. 79th minute, Giamona gets a foul. It gives another free kick. Bissett chips the ball like a teeny bit too far for Nasello to grab, but you can tell Nasello was ready. She was ready for the play. She just wasn't quite there yet, and gives like a thumbs up of appreciation. I like seeing this. Just we see the players communicating and they know what they're doing. I guess I don't know. I like seeing it.
Yeah, I feel like it's a confirmation that they that was a worked play. Maybe not like literally a training ground play, but it's like, I'm with you. We'll get it right next time. And you're totally right. It's very good to see the communication happening there.
It's also nice to see them smiling. As silly as that sounds, it's nice to see the team be happy.
In the 80th minute, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we all can be happy at the beginning of any game,
but
at the end of a game, especially in that cold weather, I think we were pretty jazzed by this point. I wasn't. I was still feeling the cold, but my heart was full and warm. So that was good.
Yeah. So here we go. Actually, it's the 80th minute. Spokane honestly just now looks like they are adapting to us. They are passing in our final third a little bit more consistently. I want to say I remember there being like a solid 30 seconds of them just passing in our half, which I just don't think had happened. Definitely not that long, or if at all, for most of the match. We have really kept them in their half. It's great. Weber has a great steal from Spokane, but puts the ball a little too forward for Parsons to get it. Again, I feel like these are just little things that can be tuned in practice, and just getting more in flow with the team in general. 81st minute, Spokane boots it back to our final third after some passing. Tappan gets a shot off that goes just outside the right of the net. Little too close for comfort, but it is outside the net. That's all that matters. 82nd minute, we have some midfield passing around. The ball gets chipped to Nasello. She clips it across. Giamona tries really hard to keep it alive, but she is called offside. 84th minute, we do make our second set of subs. We bring Zaid in for Madi Parsons, and we bring Sandrine Gaillard in for Giamona. And Zaid is off and running like a baby horse almost immediately. It's kind of insane how fast she is. I forgot how fast she was over the break, and then you see her just go shoom across the field.
Especially when everyone else is winded. I feel like she is kind of a great selection to bring in late in the game because she is so fast. If she looks like she's not getting the start at whatever's going on in training, absolutely bring her on in the 80th minute, 84th minute, 70th minute, wherever late in the game, and just let her run circles around everybody.
Yeah, I know people say super sub like sarcastically, but like she is a super duper sub. She's freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
85th minute, Nasello throws the ball off of Jaskinek. Yeah, this is a real cheeky play. I am a fan of this, and I was interested. I liked seeing this side of Nasello. So Nasello throws the ball off of the Spokane player Jaskinek takes it herself to the goal. She wants to get this fast break, catch everyone off guard. We get another corner, but a Spokane player gets a head on it, clears it out of the final third. We get a throw in, but I like seeing this.
Yeah, I like that
this
too.
This is fun.
Made me laugh in person. It got me excited. This was the point of the game. Like, this sequence is when I was really looking for us to turn it again, because like you were saying, Spokane figured us out a little bit. And when I was hoping that we would be pushing into 85th minute of this game, it was kind of turned against us. We weren't pushing at that point. We were absorbing, and we did absorb. We did not concede. Great confidence building sequence of plays here when they're passing it around looking for a solution and they can't find one because we're shutting them down. And we were fortunate to have one shot that they took just a little bit wide of the net. They all count the same miss or hit. So this was a really great idea for Nasello. Not that her intention was overall game sense. Her intention was to get the play going and run as fast as she can, because that's what she does all the time. But yeah, this is the moment that I was like, okay, like, we have a little bit of gas left. Let's try and get it done. Didn't ultimately happen, but in another game, that might be the difference maker, is a cheeky little play like that. And Nasello, a player with the absolute gall to do it.
Oh my God, yeah. Just,
so,
I say no shame, but I say it with like all the love in the world.
Yeah, that's a respectful, you got balls, kid. Like, send it.
86th minute, Zaid is called offside. I can't imagine why. 87th minute, we have Listro helping us keep the ball in their half until Spokane chips it. They get called offside again, so now you can kind of see they're pushing now more in the 87th minute.
Yeah.
Which kind of shows you again how against the run of play that first goal was, and then that second goal I think just caught us off guard because we were all worried about Provo. 87th minute, we get called offside. 88th minute, we have Heisey has to come pretty far off her line to clear out the ball. I like that we're still making her work in the 88th minute. 89th minute, Spokane gets a corner. They played it short, but Nasello kind of messes with Spokane, and they get called offside. At this time, we make our final sub for the night. We take Sabrina McNeil out for Tori Haugen. I think Haugen is still kind of recovering from injury, so it kind of makes sense. We're just going to bring her in for a little bit at the end. And we have 5 minutes of extra time at this point. In the 90+1, Sun throw-in results in a goal kick for Spokane. We do keep it in their half for another good 30 seconds. Little bit of midfield play. They're pushing again. It's more like you were saying that we're absorbing as much as we're not really pushing back so much anymore. Beardsley scoops up a nice shot from Spokane really easily. Henny has a beautiful sliding tackle to interrupt Spokane's flow, but she doesn't have the help to keep it going. You can literally see her being like, "Where is my help?" Like she waves her arms, like, "Where?" 90+4, Spokane gets several chances in the box that are all blocked by Beardsley, and then booted out by Bissett. But it is a beautiful sequence of Beardsley catching one, falling, getting up, catching another, and then Spokane just Bissett clearing it out.
This sequence, I just made this up. This sequence made me a Beardsley-ver.
That's so bad.
Well, we don't edit these. So, but this was on the far side of the field from the heat wave, where I am stationed at every game. And I don't even remember like the first shot, but I remember seeing the first block and just thinking like, it wasn't even like a non-belief in her ability or any of our defenders' ability. It's just like, all right, the ball's right in front of the box. It's being fumbled around. Like, we're cooked. Like, that's going to be a goal. You don't have the time for all of those emotions, but like, that's how it felt. And not only did she make 2 like substantial blocks, I think she had control of it pretty much the whole time. Not literally control of the ball, but she absolutely knew where they were about to take their next chance from. And she was in the perfect position with her arms like ready to go. And it truly was like DSB said, you wouldn't know that this is her professional debut. That was pro. That was as professional as it gets for a keeper. That's your job. And like we talked about earlier, the goals weren't necessarily her fault. It was a free header and possibly like a knuckleball. Some wind was involved. So it's like, to me, this whole game is she, was as close to flawless as a keeper can be. Again, we did give up goals, but there's going to be ones that get past you no matter what. So, but this sequence was genuinely like extremely impressive. And I was like, Sydney Schneider, she's coming for your job, bro. You got to step it up.
Yeah, honestly.
So
yeah, I think we have at least one for sure, possibly two world-class keepers.
Yeah. Very good players. And I love to see it. And I hope they are swapping tips and tricks in practice and making each other better and making that goalkeeper union strong because that's how we get better results as a team overall. I'm just going to hold him.
Right, Felix. Felix agrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have to remember, too, she was the backup keeper for Jane Campbell. I'm sure she learned a thing or two.
She learned a few things over there.
And I'm hoping she brings it back here.
Yeah.
Couple more minutes. Lena Solano's shot gets caught by Beardsley. Nacello pulls herself into a corner. When Faith Weber was right there, it's kind of frustrating. It ends up getting thrown in. It bobbles around a little bit before the whistle is blown, and this does end 2-2. I a little annoyed by Nacello kind of hogging the ball a little more often than not tonight. She did get a goal. I'll give her that for sure. But there were a couple of times where she would bring the ball, I think, a little too close to the end line, and it might have cut off her chances a little bit.
Yeah. I would agree. I would say good game.
Yeah. No, that was one of I think that's the best game we've played all season.
I agree. I had to think about it. The other one was against Spokane. We did win a game.
Yeah.
But in terms of everything that we saw in total, and also the fact that one of the goals against us, in my opinion, shouldn't have really happened, however you want to call it. All the players on the field performed a win here. It's just the result didn't end up that way. So yeah. I think we played the better team for 90% of the game. We played as the better team for 90% of the game. We played like it. We had confidence. There was so much defeat in the way that we played at the end of last year, calendar year, first half of the season. Those back-to-back 3-0, 3-1 losses was like, are we ever coming back from this? We're back. We're here. We have a team who gets out there and competes and goes for it and yells at each other and uplifts each other and hugs the opponents, controversially. So I loved what I saw. I have a lot of hope for this next, part of the season. Whether or not we can make playoffs is a statistical improbability, but I'm going to go to every game anyways. I'd prefer to have a winning team out there, even if we don't make playoffs, than a losing team. And I think we're definitely on our way to having a winning team out there. So very promising what I saw on Saturday night.
Yes. JD, who is your player of the match?
We might be suffering from Nacello normalcy syndrome. I'm coining phrases left and right. Sydney Nacello is a very impressive player, and she does it constantly. And she, even at our worst, she's our best player. She's not my player of the match for this match, but she does get an honorable mention because she was directly involved in both goals. And I think we're just used to that. And we're like, oh, look at the players who did great around Sydney Nacello. And it's like, hey, Sydney Nacello is still a notable player. So she gets an honorable mention. But from what I saw in total, well, my other honorable mention is going to be Madi Parsons as well. because she, like I highlighted, was exactly in the right place for both of our goals and many other sequences during the match. Had some great hold up play as well. And also, I didn't mention this yet, but provided some space for Faith to come in and play the striker, and she did some hold up. And I thought that was an interesting switch, is like she was playing like the 9 dedicated striker role for most of the game. And then when Faith came on, she didn't give up going into the box, but she definitely played more of a role where Faith could be the final touch on it. And that's where we saw that sequence where Faith almost got a shot off. So a great positioning for Parsons, also an honorable mention. But everything I saw in total, the energy, if I'm awarding, Tampa Bay Sun FC, I want you on my team forever awards, Gabby Provenzano gets one. Fantastic energy, drive, decision-making, getting up after getting knocked down, coming back. We go down 1 goal and she rallies the team, gets them together. It's almost like an intangibles award for me this game. We had all of our players played pretty well. There's no one that I would even name in a fault or anyone that I would think should be replaced. But to highlight one that stood out even more so, Provo definitely pretty fantastic.
Yeah. I love Provo. I love her. She really did do amazing. But Madi Parsons got her first goal. And that made me so happy. So
Yeah.
she's my player of the match. But with Gabby Provenzano, it was like super close second.
Yeah. You can give awards based on tangibles too. That's okay. Yeah. She did score.
Yeah. It was her first goal. She was so happy.
Yeah.
Some other matches happened around the league too, I guess, whatever. So Dallas Trinity tied Brooklyn 1-1 with a goal for Dallas by Cameron Lancaster in the 58th. Brooklyn came back and tied it up in the 83rd with a goal from Rebecca Cook.
Every time I hear Cam Lancaster, my brain goes, no, not that one. Because there's 2 in USL. It's the other one.
Yeah. I think one of our players is married to the other Cameron Lancaster.
Cool.
I think so. I feel I had that like somewhere in my brain. One of the new players. I can't remember which one.
Maybe someone our producer can look it up for us.
Someone. I'm 98% sure.
Somebody might be. He might be married, so somebody might be married to him. You're right.
I'm pretty sure. Other matches, we had Sporting Jacks playing Carolina Cent. Sporting Jacks won 1-0 with a very late 85th minute goal from Jade Pennock. So Carolina must have really been giving Sporting Jacks a hard time. And then Fort Lauderdale FC lost to Lexington 3-1 with goals from Lexington in the 8th minute from Mackenzie Weinert, in the 26th and the 58th minute from Kat Berry. And then the only good player on that team, Jasmine Hamid, coming to save their butts.
Jasmine Hamid, come to Tampa Bay Sun FC.
Oh, please. I wanted her, or I wanted this next person very badly, and we did not get either of them. So breaking news that just came out like literally at like 5 o'clock today or something like that. Dallas signed Bethany Boss, which if you don't recognize her name, it's because her maiden name was Bethany Balser. She played all around the NWSL. She was a phenomenal player, and she took some time off from racing Louisville for like a mental health break. I want to say it was like a year or so, and she is now signed now with the Dallas Trinity. So that's annoying that they have her and Lexi Misimo.
Yeah. But Super League's getting in there, getting some names. We talked about this for our 2026 resolutions, was get Super League some more notable things happening, get them on the radar a little bit more, get some players with good stories. So, it should have been us.
Yes. Yeah, I posted in the USL Discord. It was like, great. Happy for you. With the mad face, yeah. It's like it's the only thing I can think of at this point because, like,
yeah,
I wanted her. All right, we have our next home game. It's not till February 14th. We're doing Galentine's Day on Valentine's Day for some reason. I'm gonna be honest, son. What were you thinking? Date night at the Sun was right there.
No men allowed.
It doesn't have to be man. Date is gender neutral.
No, I'm saying if you encourage people to go on dates, some of them will be men. No men allowed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except I will be there.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, so we will preview that match next week, along with any other news. I don't think we're citing anyone else. I think that was it from what they told us on the side. But we'll see. And if anybody else gets any more signings or any more news, we will cover that. Like and subscribe. I forgot. Yeah. It's like, what do I have to do again at the end? Like and subscribe. We are at RBLR Sports on the YouTubes, where you can see our beautiful faces and adorable kittens. We are leading the league in Cats on Podcasts.
He's so mad.
I love him so. Oh, he's so grumpy. He's so is he an old man?
No, he's young. He's just mad.
Oh, okay. Is he a grumpy old man?
No.
He's very cute. Yes, leading the league in Cats on Podcasts. You can only see them on the YouTube, so make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube. Yes. And it's at RBLR Sun FC everywhere else, so that you don't miss any league news. Hit the follow button on the Blueskis, the Twitters, the Instagrams. We also have Threads, but I'm not acknowledging that. And that about wraps it up for this week.
Yay! Do you think the February 14th game will be cold, Liz? Pop quiz.
I'm gonna hope no.
Not as cold as January 31st.
Yeah, hopefully not as cold as January 31st. That was too much.
Well, maybe I'll get to do another weather report next week in our match preview.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right.
If it's notable, I'll do it.
All right. We will definitely cover that. As I'm fumbling for buttons. Bye.
Thank you for tuning into this presentation by RBLR Sports. On your way out of the stadium, please remember to like and subscribe.